In my construction, I used a number of different media technologies that inform my final product and built upon the success of previous tasks. When shooting the final product, I chose to use a higher quality camera than in previous productions, the Canon 100HF, which captures film in 1080p. This technology could be used so as to make my media product more professional and stand amongst real-time media productions within the sector. The camera's quality also allowed for me to use slow motion within the post-production stage of my media, which seemed to be a genre convention. This was possible as the film quality was high enough to ensure that pixelation did not occur, and this in turn made our music video more visually stimulating. The decision to employ Final Cut Pro 10 was achieved due to having a further competence and experience with the software since last year, meaning that my editing allowed for the use of this media technology so as to acquire the new further visually stimulating effects in our construction stages. The use of long shots with slow cuts during the mellow section, so as to create a montage-like effect, were made possible due to the precise control over film that the software affords to the user. This would not have been easy or possible if attempted with other media technologies such as iMovie. Final Cut Pro also allowed me to import the artist's font so only, which in turn meant that all my media products were linked in a cohesive manner. Finally, as a result of shooting outside and shooting in natural light, some shots were either too dark or too bright to be included within the Final Cut. Due to Final Cut's ability to use colour correction, however, these shots could be rendered usable. By employing colour correction, I was able to create similar filters used as when editing my digipack within Photoshop, allowing for further coherence between the two media products. In order to capture my song, I recorded using Logic Pro 9 as the DAW. This is professional software and is very much industry standard, so that my song could stand amongst and compete with songs by the artist I have previously researched. The use of live recording also enabled me to achieve a live feel within the music and the song itself, representative of the emphasis that the folk genre places on the music itself, allowing it to stand by itself. Authenticity is a key code within the genre, and therefore there are no use of computerized loops or samples within the construction of the song so as to satisfy the genre conventions. During the mixing stage, we were able to create a track at double tempo so as to be utilised for any vocal synchronisations that we wished to be in slow motion within the final construction. Sadly, none of these shots did make it to the final product. The most important thing about using this technology was that it enabled me to use an original track and prevented plagiarism of an existing artist's work. Using pre-existing images so as to create my digipack was possible, as I was able to manufacture convergence within Photoshop by employing various filters and layers to the images. Photoshop is also an industry standard software, and therefore will also allow for my work to stand alongside pre-existing media products. The use of video throughout my research and evaluation meant that I was able to communicate directly with an audience, and also include clips from other videos or aspects of research relevant to the discussion. This created a dynamic and visually stimulating experience that was only possible due to the availability of media technologies such as iMovie. I chose to use iMovie for these tasks, as more often than not the editing required only the simple tools and functions that iMovie can achieve. This software was also available to me at school as well, and therefore meant that there were no time constraints placed upon the production. The ability to speak also gave me more room to articulate ideas and allowed us to expand upon these ideas as a production group. Hence, it also gave the viewer a sense of the group dynamic. The use of a voiceover meant that the viewer could directly visualise what was being discussed, and therefore understand the choices and decisions that were made from these discussions. Prezi has been used throughout to present my research, as it is a much more visually interesting and interactive platform for the viewer. This enables the audience to be brought into a world where they can explore the many platforms such as embedded video links and images from digipacks and the promotional website. The use of transitions and the movement from one text to another takes the audience on a journey, again a connotation of the folk genre, one which they can navigate themselves, as Prezi allows for free roaming through information and image, as opposed to the PowerPoint or SlideShare, which operates in a more narrow and constrictive way, meaning you progress from one slide to the next.